Hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever the case may be for those of you who aren't watching live. For those of you who are watching live, forgot there that I was doing a live and not just a regular upload. Welcome in. Happy Thursday night. Happy to have you with us. Everybody's going to be joining me in a second. By everybody, I mean Jeff, as well as some special guests. For those of you who just finished the Alabama basketball game, the Tide dropped to number 2 Purdue at home, 87-80. It was a valiant effort from the Alabama Crimson Tide, but they definitely struggled on the boards, and that was the biggest difference in the game, in my opinion. Alabama struggled rebounds. I understand Nate Oates' philosophy, wanting to be fast and sprint and ramp up the pace of a basketball game. But man, I wish we could get a big like 45 for Purdue at some point in time. Obviously, 6-7 in the chat already. We got a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about obviously the big game coming up Saturday with Oklahoma, playoff implications on the line for Oklahoma. If Alabama loses that game, it doesn't necessarily hurt their playoff chances, but it does impact their seeding. So we're going to talk about all of that tonight. First and foremost, before we get too far into the weeds here, if you haven't yet, go ahead and share the live on social media. If you're new here, like, subscribe, do all the things, because when you do the things, it helps us. The show's free. It helps keep it free, and it's free to subscribe. So you absolutely should. How are you guys feeling about that basketball game? Let's talk about it. Happy Thursday to you as well. It's almost the weekend. Thank goodness. I know a lot of people are they've had a rough week, right? You've got the holidays coming up, you've got time changes. I know the bottom dropped out temp wise for a lot of places this past week. Man, I'm looking forward to the weekend. It's going to be a very, very good college football weekend. You've got some pretty big matchups outside of just Alabama, some other big matchups with playoff implications. So we'll start. Like I said, we'll start talking Bama basketball, and then once everybody else gets in here, we'll kind of transition into college football. So full court crimson. What is full court crimson? First of all, it's a little bit of a tongue twister. It's hard to say, but that is the new show that Jeff and I are launching. Don't let this Purdue loss fool you. This Alabama basketball team is a Final Four contestant. They looked really good on up at Madison Square Garden playing St. John's, and they didn't look terrible against Purdue. They just kind of got outmanned on the boards, but I do think they were missing Bristow a little bit. However, this could be a national championship team. A couple things go differently. Alabama could have won that game. Yeah, exactly, Kyle. Exactly. the score doesn't. It was a lot closer than 87-80. Even that small of a margin, it was closer than that. Having a foul there at the end to try to get the ball back, kind of made it look a tiny bit worse than what it was. But we'll bring in one of our special guests here in a minute once I get a big thumbs up and they let me know they're ready. So got to put on the headgear. All right, he's ready. Please welcome in Herb. How you doing, man?
How are you, sir?
I'm good.
I'm good. I'm sorry. The original link said 8:30, so I was like,
I set it for 8:30, but we were just going to hop on live right after the basketball game ended. Jeff was supposed to convey that message to you, and he didn't. It's okay. I'll fire him.
Please don't do that. Please don't. How can I save his job?
Yeah. So anyway, I'm assuming you watched the game. How you feeling?
Yes, sir. I mean, not terrible. There's things that, you can't get out rebounded. Your whole team can't get out rebounded by maybe two guys from the other team. What was that? 28 for us and 26 for their two biggest guys. That's wild. Phylon, still growing into the fact that maybe he's got a little bit of an outside shot, but when he's not hitting, I'd like to see him get to the basket more. But I think that's something that'll come more, as you go down the line. And, just a signature of Nate Oates' teams, because we shoot a lot of threes, we don't always get easy buckets. But I think that's something that maybe we'll grow into as we get along. I mean, there's no shame in losing to either the number 1 or number 2 team in the country, especially early on when your team's starting to gel. So good early test. Lot to work on. Still a lot of ball to be played. So it's not like college football where you're thinking, does this ruin our season? You know what I mean? It's just another thing right now. So yeah, I feel okay.
You got to keep it in perspective for those football only gumps.
Yes.
Basketball's a thing at Alabama. I got to watch it.
Yes. The playoffs is still in reach. We will be fine going forward.
Okay. Bama did. They struggled with the size. That seems to be a common thing. Give me a thumbs up down there when you're ready. Okay. We got one more special guest. The other half of the dynamic duo, Raj. We got Herb and Raj from the Herb and Raj podcast. Raj, thanks for joining us, man. We're talking the basketball game for a little bit.
Thank y'all for having us. Okay.
Yeah,
let's do it. Let's do it.
Always. Mi casa es su casa. You guys are always welcome here.
Appreciate it.
Message. Lance, I'm not IT, man. I can't help you with your TV and your messages, brother. I don't know what you want me to do. I love you, Lance, but call the Geek Squad, not us. Anyway,
sorry, Lance.
Raj, what was your take, man, about what happened in Coleman Coliseum just a little while ago?
Of course, I was excited about the game like everybody else, but as I started to watch the game, I started to realize one thing that we've kind of had an issue on for I feel like a number of years. We just haven't really had a dominant in the paint presence. Like, we have big men on our team height-wise, but when you look at the two big men that Purdue had, I don't know if both of them were 7 foot, but they played like old school dominant big men. They stayed in the paint. They got the rebounds. They got a lot of offensive rebounds. I think we were out rebounded 52 to 28, something like that.
Yeah.
You didn't see their big man popping out trying to shoot 3-pointers, and we don't lack that presence down low. When our big men pop out and shoot 3-pointers, I mean, we don't have a lot of people crashing the boards, and that hurts. I can understand if we had Steph and Clay on the team, but right now we don't. So when you have nobody rebounding the ball, it just kind of hurts us. And that also leads to a lot of second chance shots that Purdue got. Kind of killed us right there. And then I feel like the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game, we just kind of gave up at the end and just started, and then last, I guess it was, and I know I'm rambling, but it was one inside 1 minute. I think that three that we gave to Bo Bowen, when he was in the corner, that's probably not the best shot we need to be taking at that time. Mm-hmm. I felt like maybe give it to Holloway or somebody else, but it is what it is. So
yeah, it went a lot better. I kind of kept feeling like at some point in the game, Purdue was just going to pull away. They'd get like a 3-point lead, 5-point lead. It kind of felt like they were gonna just run off with it, and they never really did. Alabama started fouling at the end, so it actually feels pretty good to walk out of there with that kind of win. Because even with the rebounds, a couple of shots go, and Bama potentially still wins that
Yeah.
basketball game.
Yeah.
So it's a good feeling. Really, really
Yeah.
good feeling.
Yeah.
The squad's on the right path.
Right.
Hell, I don't even think they've got their best player on the court right now.
Yeah.
Bristow. So it's looking pretty good. But anyway, just waiting on Jeff to pop in. I hope your weeks are going great. I just wanted to say I tuned into the show last night and it was fantastic. It was a really, really good time.
Appreciate that.
Really enjoyed it. You guys are doing good stuff. So if you
Thank
guys
you. We
appreciate the comments, man, and the questions. That really helps. That always helps our show move along. And then Jay's a great guest. Let's be honest. That always. We've all had that one guest, right, where it's like, oh my God, is this show going to end because this person's terrible? Jay is not that. He is excellent. You know what I mean? Good stuff, good energy. So no,
it's so hard when you get a guest that just kind of craps a bed on you and you're just sitting there. Thanks for joining us.
Yes. Have you had your guest ever get up on a counter and start playing the guitar in the middle of his interview?
Yeah, that was interesting. I remember that.
No, he did that.
He was our Tennessee guest from last season, I believe. Yeah.
This season.
Was it this season?
Yeah, it was during our preview.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's why I knew it was older, because it was during the preview, not during the season. Okay. Yeah, that was interesting. That was very interesting.
He just started playing guitar, huh?
He just got up on the desk, he starts playing, and then so, hey guys, I gotta go. I'll see y'all later. Thanks for having me on. Click. And it was
Damn, Herb, you leaving already?
No, he's
talking
about a goofy guest they had.
Oh, okay.
Tennessee fan.
Hey, Raj. What's up, fellas?
What's going on, Jeff?
Roll Tide, even though that was a tough one.
Yeah.
That was a tough one. That was a tough one.
All right. Still early in the season, so we'll bounce back. Yeah.
Wasn't bad at all.
Can you imagine if
about these? It's like when you lose a football game, your emotions are completely different. When we lose a basketball game, we're like, we're good. I won't lose any sleep.
Yeah.
Well, depends on when that is.
Well, that's true. That's true.
What's up, Lance? The San Diego State game still haunts me this day. So yes, depends on when the loss is. Can you imagine had Phylon played a good game tonight? How that would have wound up?
Yeah.
Or
I mean, we were right there at the end, and Phylon played his worst game of his career at Alabama today, and we were right there with it. Free throws.
He's going to learn. Get to the basket more when he's shooting that bad. Get to the basket more for him.
As much
size as he has an ability to get there, go get you a couple easy ones. Yep, was listening to Randy earlier.
That's
Randy,
another thing.
Hold on, I got to give Randy congratulations. You guys brought it up on your show last night. Randy hit 10K subs over there on YouTube.
So the Randalorian.
Yeah, big deal.
That's huge.
Well played, Randy.
Yes.
We do have a very big matchup coming up this weekend. And I guess there's not too much we can all say because Alabama fans aren't super well versed in basketball. Let's just be honest. No, I'm just kidding.
We need to start. The squad's worth starting.
Yeah. Well,
Cotton's text.
Say it again.
See Cotton's tweets. This team is worth watching if you're not on board with Bama Hoops. This is a good time to jump.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Yeah, absolutely. But obviously what everybody's here to talk about is the Tide welcome in number 11 Oklahoma this Saturday. Playoff implications on the line, more for Oklahoma than Alabama. Alabama kind of has a little bit of wiggle room, can drop a game. However, as Alabama fans, we all know that if Alabama loses at home Saturday and you got to go to Jordan Hare and play an elimination game, nobody wants that scenario.
No, God, no.
And them, if they beat us, they go to a bowl game too as well, right? So,
we would never do that.
What would? No. Hang on. You said if we lose to Oklahoma, then playing Auburn for an elimination game. Talking about playoffs. Would that if we lost to Auburn? Would that
championship game?
I don't care about that. That game is worthless. So. Yeah, I mean, it'd be
if you
tough
lose to Oklahoma and lose to Auburn, you're also 9-3. We're thinking 2 SEC losses. Maybe we're still okay, but at 9-3, you're talking arguments. You do not.
Yeah.
You cannot lose both of those games. So
we're not losing both of those.
Eastern Illinois. Yeah.
Raj said, "Hell with this."
Out. You didn't tell me you were talking football. I'm out.
No, this is basketball. Sorry, I'm out of here. It must be his neighbor. Must be hollering again. It must be hollering his neighbor again.
Probably so. You got to go solve.
Jay Bake, what up, bro? Oh man, Bukaki on the boards. That's being nice about it.
Can we say that on YouTube?
That was a very poor offensive, poor rebounding performance tonight, and we still only lost by 7. Man,
it was. But if you look over there, you see the one that's highlighted.
Mm-hmm.
I spent all this time making this really cool graphic that highlights what we're talking about in the moment.
It's a great graphic.
That's great.
J-Bake, just because you're late, you don't get to dictate the entire tempo of the show. Okay.
He's like, watch me.
Yeah. I already got on this. Reminded Lance that we're not the Geek Squad. Anyway.
Yes.
So Alabama welcomes in a Oklahoma squad that has on paper possibly the best defense in the SEC. Maybe I think some other defenses could make an argument for it. However, no matter what, it's a good defense. A quarterback who I think possesses enough talent to beat Alabama, but hasn't played very, very well. No, hold on, Jeff. Hold on. Golly, let me do the interlude, man. Nah.
Just skip. I'm
just letting you know where I stand early. I'm just letting you know where I stand early.
That's fine.
Yes.
There is, some injury concerns with their best pass rusher. There's some injury concerns with Mateer. Alabama, obviously, the talk of the week is Alabama can't run the football.
Weeks, plural.
Yeah. I think Alabama fans are cautiously optimistic this week. I think there are some variables in this to consider, such as the revenge factor, the game being in Bryant-Denny Stadium. Obviously, if you got to pick between Ty Simpson and John Mateer, you're going to pick Ty Simpson.
Mm-hmm.
What's your overall vibe right now? Anybody? Jeff?
I'm going to say, who are you asking?
We'll ask you since you got here late.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the run game's a struggle. I know Ty came out and said it's mental. It's a little more than that. It's mental, but my eyeballs tell me it's something else too. We're not putting the best players on the field. I think that is a big problem with the running game. The scheme, I think, is flawed. There's no creativity in the running game. We're not using our linemen. We can't use the linemen athletically. Apparently, I don't know if they're not athletic enough to get out in space to pull. I know Brailsford is. We've seen that a time or two. But I think it's a combination of a poor scheme and average running backs. I don't know if the A.K. Deer thing is what he does without the ball, if that's what's holding him back, or if maybe it's one of those like they're doing with Ashton Daniels, like we're not going to play him so he can play 3 games and still get an extra year. So I don't know if that's at play. I don't know, but it feels like we're just beating dead horses and wasting downs, trying to run the ball with the same people in the same places and the same plays. I think that's all end in Saturday. I don't think they're going to do that Saturday. I think that we're going to get creative. I think there's going to be different personnel in different spaces. And I think we win this game by 2 touchdowns.
By 2. I think what you're talking about, Jeff, with the offensive line, and I watched the breakdown by Brooks Austin. I'm sure you all know who I'm talking about, the film guy. Yep. He had a really good breakdown on this run game, and he brought up a good point. And the point was that Alabama finds itself kind of in limbo on the offensive line. You have a mixture of guys that typically Nick Saban would want, these big maulers, bruisers. Maybe they're not as athletic as a Parker Brailsford. And so Alabama just isn't comfortable running the football right now. And they're probably not going to be until Kalen DeBoer can get the kind of athlete he wants at each, guard, center, and tackle. And so that's why kind of after last week, it was just it is what it is. Like Alabama's not going to magically just run the ball for 200 yards in a game, especially not at Jordan Hare. The best they can do, is run a little bit and take some of the pressure off of Ty Simpson. But in a way, I think in this game, it's a little bit of a blessing because, guys, stop me if you disagree, but Oklahoma's defensive strength is their run stop.
Yes.
Right? They are the best run stopping team in the SEC. It kind of neutralizes that a little bit when Alabama already can't run the ball. Am I wrong in that thought process? Right?
That's
You're
the
onto
meme.
something.
Yeah. Can't stop the run if we don't run the ball.
What's that guy?
Lance is on something. Lance is also on something.
He's got a point. I think I don't mean to interrupt you, but I think going into this game, people don't understand we're not leaning on our run game to win this game. If we get 65, 70 rushing yards, maybe 100, then that's fine. That'll be a bonus, but we're going to win this game in the air. From
Agreed.
A vibe perspective, I'm going into this game kind of with the same vibes I had for the LSU game. I feel like I'm a little more nervous about their defense, not their pass defense, but their rush defense, but I'm not worried about their offense at all. Mateer, since coming back from the injury, has not looked the same. Screen's looking different here. Coming back from the injury, Mateer has not looked the same, so their offense doesn't really pose any type of threats to me at all. I think as long as our O-line gives Ty enough time to kind of get his passes off, I think we should be just fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't disagree. I don't. Herb, what are your thoughts, man?
No, I'm kind of in line with that. We're still going to do token runs, and it's the next topic, so we won't go into that much. So I do think changing up the personnel for sure helps. It makes me feel a little bit better. At least tells me that they're trying to address it versus just. Can I also ask who started beating dead horses enough to where this became an actual saying? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I do think getting Ty comfortable from the beginning. I mean, there were several. We left a lot of points out on the board.
Yes,
the last 2-3 games easily. So if we're going to lean into the pass game, let's make sure that it is the best version of that pass game. So whatever you need on the field to get that done. Now, does that hurt? Because like what Jeff alluded to, are we not putting some of our best running backs out there because they suck in pass pro? And is that what's going to hurt both sides of the ball? I mean, both equations, running and passing. I don't know, but leaning into the pass game is clearly what's going to get it done here. And I'm a little less worried knowing we were at the Oklahoma game. That disaster has been well documented. But even then, our friends on the other side told us, like, your guys were running wild all day long. You guys just couldn't pass the ball. I feel like the defense hasn't changed that much in this year to where we will get guys open. It's just about hitting them. So that's where my confidence in the game comes from.
Okay.
Yeah.
To that, I feel pretty good about that. Looking back at that LSU game, Simpson had a couple of balls that, everybody was kind of going to that game talking about the vertical game. And I think he had only completed 2 passes over 30 yards at that point, something like that. Obviously, Alabama worked on that in the bye week, but then they took some shots against LSU, and they were there. They were there, and they were near misses. The ones that didn't hit, they were very near misses. And so I think working on a little bit of timing, obviously the big thing in this game is going to be making sure Ty Simpson has the time. But if Mason's not playing, I think that bodes well for Alabama's offensive line. Oklahoma's pass rush will kind of look similar to Tennessee's. So I feel pretty good about it. I do. The only two, so there's been two games that I felt very confident going into, and that was South Carolina and the Missouri game. So this one, I've been kind of nervous all week, but things have kind of, I don't know, they've kind of leveled out as we're getting closer. The basketball game helped a little bit because it kind of helped take my mind off of it. But looking at some of the comments, a lot of people obviously are talking about the run game.
Yeah.
A lot of people are talking about what the broadcast looks like. Hey guys, look, for some reason, I don't know what.
I got an explanation. I got an explanation for this.
Thank you, Jeff. Go ahead.
So StreamYard now lets you stream simultaneously with the vertical perspective and the horizontal. You can do it at the same time, but it's 2 separate broadcasts on the same channel, whatever. I was thinking it would shrink the screen down in the vertical broadcast where you could still see all 4 of us, but apparently it's like a zoom and all you can see is Raj's and Herb's forehead.
Yeah, all you can see is Raj from here up.
So my apologies on that, everyone. If that's what you're seeing, go to the Waaaay Offsides YouTube channel and go live on the other live stream. It's the same thing, except you'll get the regular view. That's my fault. I didn't realize it would show that way. I was thinking it would be shrunk and all fit in the screen, so people maybe look down at their phone and have it on their phone. But
I'm glad I
lesson
saved
learned,
this.
epic fail. I won't do that again.
Raj, you look so bad that they had to issue an apology. That's what
I know. I feel horrible now. Like I always see as Raj. Who's this goofball? Yeah. Sorry about that.
So,
No, Ty ain't throwing 3 picks.
No.
I think
Jay on the other
Yeah,
side. He thinks Mateer is good for at least 1. I'm saying we're going to
Mateer will throw 3, but Ty won't.
I say Mateer is good for about 2. Yeah. So Ty's decision making has just gotten better and better throughout the year, and I just don't think he'll do that. He's not going to put the ball at risk like that. So.
Yes, B Jam, and I agree. The game means a lot. It means everything. Grubb's got to get in his bag. Grubb's got to get creative with some stuff. I think some quick passes. Maybe some wheels, some bubbles. I don't know. Just something to neutralize Oklahoma's pass rush. I think that's going to be their biggest asset.
Sure.
Is their pass rush.
I didn't realize until earlier today. I don't know. I guess I just wasn't paying attention, but this is homecoming.
For
I
us,
forgot about that.
Yeah, this is Alabama's homecoming game. So take that. I mean, again, I don't know if that makes a difference, really. I think the revenge factor definitely makes a little bit of a difference. It being in Bryant Denny makes a little bit of a difference. Jalen Milroe not starting at quarterback makes a huge difference. And so I don't know, man. I've got a lot of faith in Ty, and I know what people are watching. They're watching the last 2 games Alabama's played. Offense has kind of been on a sharp decline. And some of that is attributed to pass rushes. LSU got at Ty Simpson pretty effectively. South Carolina got at Ty Simpson pretty effectively. So you got to expect kind of the same thing here. But to Jeff's point, I just feel like this is probably one that they know they don't want to drop. Again, if we know you don't want to go into Jordan Hare with a playoff spot on the line, they know that too. So I don't know. I feel really good. I think it'll be tight.
Well, tight, Jeannie.
I think it'll absolutely be tight. But nothing takes longer than 2 seconds to develop. But there was some other stuff I watched last night. I went back and watched through the LSU game. There were some misreads by Ty Simpson in that game. There were a few. So I'm okay here. No,
that's a good point. Yeah.
Not. Yeah, absolutely not. I think
that's a great point.
Going into the LSU game, Alabama had faced 9 of the best pure pass rushers in the country. Going into the LSU game, I can't remember where I pulled that number from, but it wasn't out of my ass. I promise. I
like that stat though.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. So, B Jammin, I don't agree with you. Yes, yeah, the wide receivers have to step up and make catches. I didn't really see that being much of an issue against LSU. To be honest with you. So I understand why you're saying it, but but everybody's talking about OU's pass rush, right? A big key to this game is going to be Alabama's, and Alabama, their pass rush has gotten a lot better as the season's progressed. Obviously, Quay Ruthall getting hurt, you kind of get that emergence of Yonze Pierre. He's been great. LT Overton's looked pretty good the past couple showings. So I expect Alabama to probably be able to apply some pressure pretty willingly in this too. And I think, that's going to be a very, very big positional battle to watch in this football game.
Yeah, OU's offensive line struggles too. They might be worse than ours. So Pierre might have a feast.
I think so.
I've also heard that they're going to be starting 3 freshmen. I know one has started all season, but they're going to have 3 freshmen starting on this line.
Well.
You did?
Yeah.
So you combine that with you've got Mateer, who's got the thumb injury. Didn't he have surgery on the thing?
Yeah,
came back
surgery on the thumb, but we also heard
erratic.
Something about his knee too.
Remember Jason?
Our guest last night mentioned that when was that, Herb? Was it during the Texas game that maybe he suffered a knee injury, or maybe before that?
No, he thought it was before the Texas game. Whatever was right before the Texas game, he actually thought he was hurt before that, and then it's just been lingering. And so, because he even mentioned he thought in the Texas game it wasn't his hand, he thought his push off on passes wasn't as much as he needed to get that done.
Gotcha.
And you got to remember, like Mateer, wasn't passing that great early on, but he was their leading rusher for the first 3 or 4 games easily until they played a cupcake. So
it's not going to work.
You take that away from him and that dynamic, and not being scared of him as a passer for real. That kind of gives you a little more confidence. Everybody just thinks that like their defense is going to shut us down, and the people who are picking upset picks is almost like they think the defense is going to come out and score, 14 and 21 points like last year. And I just don't think that's the case. I don't think we lose the turnover battle like we did last year. So it might be tough on their defense, but I'm not necessarily scared of their offense either to get points against us.
I agree with that. I think that nobody's talking about our defense. Most of the talk is about Oklahoma's defense, but Oklahoma better be watching out for us defensively because we got a squad on defense playing well right now. Cotton said it really good in a short that he did that the linebackers have progressed immensely this year from week 1 to now. They're playing at another level, and that's a big key as to the defense suddenly looking formidable.
Yeah, I agree. Jefferson has stepped up a lot, I think, recently. And Hill Green, I think, went from like forgotten man to all of a sudden, being like a game ball, hey, this guy is making plays all over. You know what I mean? So, no, I think, and it's similar to last year, to be honest. Nobody was enamored with the defense to start last year. But as they went in and as everybody got more and more comfortable with the system, you just see bigger plays being made, more opportunistic on defense, creating more turnovers. So, I do think the Oklahoma offense is not a lot to be scared of, and our defense is playing better. They will keep us in the game. Sorry, Rob,
that's why. That's why I said like going into this game, I was nervous about OU's defense, but my feelings are pretty much the same as LSU's. Like LSU's got a good defense, but offensively, they haven't seemed to be able to muster up a lot of points this year. And coming into the season, Nussmeier was supposed to be Heisman favorite, blah 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 blah. Obviously, their offense hasn't looked the same. Same with OU. Ever since Mateers came back from his injury, their offense has not been any type of threat all year. So, again, their defense may have somewhat of a game, but to your point, I don't think their defense is going to get all that pick sixes and all this stuff like they did last year. So, I don't know how they're going to score a lot of points to kind of keep up with this.
Yeah, I could see that. They looked really good up at Knoxville against Tennessee. But we have to keep in mind that Tennessee's got a terrible secondary.
They're not great.
There's not too much to take away from that. I don't know, man. I feel like outside of Oklahoma's pass rush, Alabama checks all the other boxes here.
I think so.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, even in the Tennessee game, though, their first points came from the defense, right? The offense, I think, kind of took the first half off. So it wasn't a great performance. Just if you go listen, I was listening to Locked On Tennessee after the game. They're basically like, yeah, we did this bad and that bad and this bad. Kind of like they do every game. It's never the opponent's fault. It's Tennessee's fault. But it was kind of the same thing. Oklahoma didn't blow the doors off. They just made enough plays to to win in the end. But the offense wasn't spectacular. Defense had to hold it down for a long time.
Yeah. Now, something that Alabama fans have clung to this week is the potential of starting a freshman running back, or at least significantly playing freshman running back. Now, for those of you who are in the know here, this comes after kind of a cryptic tweet or social media post. I'm assuming it was on all social media by AK Deer, former 5-star running back. He posted a picture of him catching a ball. I believe it was during the ULM game, if I'm not mistaken, and it had the caption "update ... Alabama fans immediately jumped on it. He's going to play this week. That's what that means. He's playing this week. Opposing fan bases jumped on it, saying he's going to transfer. Blah blah blah. Now he's not transferring.
I love this world we live in now.
Yeah, he's not transferring.
Yes.
But then the next morning, after the social media post, Kalen DeBoer was actually asked about him, and DeBoer, I'm paraphrasing here, responded with, "He's been playing really good football for us. He's gonna make a difference for this team sooner or later." And of course, that just hype fans up even more. Content creators do their things, create the clickbait thumbnails, and it's kind of grown into this almost certain consideration that he's going to play. Now, I don't think A.K. Deer or any running back for that matter can come into this game and make a significant impact to where, again, Alabama's not just going to magically run the ball for 200 yards. Doesn't matter who's back there. There's some systematic issues. Some of it is on the running backs. Absolutely. But what does A.K. Deer provide, Herb, that you've seen or that you've heard about? Because we've only seen him very limited, and it was in garbage time. What does A.K. Deer provide to this offense that could be a spark?
What I saw, and a lot of it honestly was from A-Day game, but the burst he has and how quickly he hits holes was a lot better than what we're. I mean, and look, you hate to kind of pick apart the guys, but I've seen Kevin Riley and Jam both. You know, you go back and what was the play going to the left and the hole open up right here for Riley, and he just followed everybody into the tackle. That's like the biggest memory in my mind.
It's the Jam
and then
special.
Jam,
like if you
every other time. Yes, exactly. So it's just like he said, vision. I just see him looking for it more. Look, we're not going to get many opportunities against Oklahoma. I get that, right? But if we run it 10 times with him and he hits the hole twice on a couple runs, we'll take that. So I feel like his burst and vision is just much better than what we're seeing from anybody else. So I'm excited for his opportunity. Look, the floor is very, like the ceiling is very, very low. Like he can't do worse than what our running game is right now, right? You know, if he runs his first 2 runs and he gets 2 yards total, we'll just be like, okay, well, I guess it was just all the line. But
not Clint. Who was it? Wyatt Fulton. He was pretty much like, well, what's it going to hurt to try, man? Like, I mean, is it really going to hurt anything? Like, nah, absolutely. Throw his ass out there. Let's see what happens.
You can't get any worse than 10 carries for 13 yards. Like, you're at rock bottom. So why not?
Yes.
Yes. And then I agree, Smitty. Formie better do something because he sure ain't blocking no one. So you got to do something.
Not going to do anything. Again, we're going into week 12. You are what you are, man. You are what you are.
Continue to get the majority of snaps.
Automatically put you in positions to win football games.
Mm-hmm.
And so, why they keep doing the right tackle, right guard shifting around is on me. Or is beyond me. I don't know. But to Ty Simpson's burner point here, y'all are commenting too fast. Slow down. Dang.
I know. J-Bake, you're off, man. No, he's right. He can't be a beast.
Yeah, it does look like they're running with their eyes closed. There's a lot of holes and things that are being missed. I posted that one photo earlier this week of Jam Miller, right? He's getting a carry. You can see a hole about to open to his left. You can see Jaden Roberts coming around about to pick up a linebacker coming in to make the play, and Miller bounces it outside right into another linebacker that's just sitting there waiting for it. And there's a lot of that going on. And it's normally I would be okay with, 56 yards of rushing in a football game and winning if it wasn't putting the offense in really tough positions. Because we're still trying to run the ball on first down. It's just not working. And so if a guy like A.K. Deer could come in and kind of provide a spark, at least somewhat, even if it's sweep the leg, even if it's come in and, bust
it's a threat.
10 to 15 yard runs here or there, I'm okay with that, man. Bring it on.
He's a threat to score every time he touches the ball.
Yeah.
No. So,
I agree.
Raj, what do you think about that, man? Do you think there's any truth to the rumors?
I think a little bit. When he posted that update meme or GIF or whatever you want to call it the other day, I think that's when the rumblings were starting to be heard, and maybe he was starting to get some touches in practice. I'm not sure, but oh wow, okay.
He's not wrong.
No, but I just feel like at this point we have literally nothing else to lose. I mean, if we put him in and he doesn't do well, then we could just revert to somebody else. I guess my question is, did something happen to Jam in order for him to kind of relinquish playing time? I don't know if you call it relinquish, but in order for him to lose playing time, or was it just that wasn't working, so we moved on to something else. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Film
It
got
hit
him out
really
of the.
hard if this kid came in and did, have 100 yards rushing or something insane in this game, and all of a sudden you've got to tell Jam, hey.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not the guy anymore.
Yeah.
Jam was playing solid until he got knocked out against Missouri, and he's been running in quicksand ever since. I mean, he has no vision, no burst, no speed. He can't get to the outside. He doesn't even look to the outside. He's just running up Jaden Roberts' butt, and that's it. There's at some point your running back has to make the play, has to make somebody miss, has to do it on his own, and Jam's like Tobias said, man. I mean, Helen Keller could tackle him right now. It's just not. It sucks to see because the dude's a good football player.
Right.
And he is a detriment to the offense currently.
Yeah, we had high hopes for him of coming into the season. We thought he was going to be the guy, but Jam has 321 rushing yards this year. So it's just
he's been so bad since the concussion.
At this point, you have to make a change now as opposed to waiting till you get to the playoffs or the SEC championship game, then trying something new. Let's see what happens this weekend. If it works, we do it again against Eastern Illinois, and then we continue with that. So let's see what happens.
Who's the leading rusher on this team right now? Is it still Jeremy Bernard?
I thought it was Jam, wasn't it?
Jam. I mean, that's what's so.
I mean, he's probably not far off.
Keep in mind, he didn't play. What? How many games did he miss?
2. I think he missed the first 2. He came back for Georgia, right? When that his first game back.
Yeah, that would be the first games. 3 that.
Jam is leading with 321 yards.
Oh, wow.
9 games in, our leading rusher has 300 yards. Derrick Henry had that in
and he missed
and a half.
3 or 4 games.
Yeah. I was going to try to defend him a little bit, but
quicker develop and run like that. There's no creativity in the run game. If you watch the play calls, I don't know if it's because there's no explosiveness at the position. Maybe that's where AK Deer can alter something or change something up just by maybe being able to do something with his explosiveness. I don't know, but the track we're doing now is not working, and I'm afraid it's going to catch up to us in the playoffs where. Somebody's going to go all blitz and dare us to throw the ball over the top, which Ty has not done well this year. I love me some Ty, but he has not thrown the deep ball well this year.
Right.
Let me ask you guys this. I kind of have this philosophy. Ty Simpson has looked his most comfortable when he's in hurry up. I think so. That's why Alabama's been so good. The middle 8, right? Because they go quick. Do you think it would be a terrible idea for Alabama to come out for a couple of possessions and go fast?
No,
put a couple of scores up on the board and make.
I think it's a great idea.
Herb, I think I even mentioned that to you 1 or 2 days ago. I said we need to come out here swinging for this OU game. I want to see either a play action or a shotgun straight from the jump, and let's just go deep and put up. If we put up 14 early points on the board and just kind of separate them from us, I think that'll be a good thing. I'm all for it.
It's been missing.
I agree with you 100%. And I feel obviously you don't want to do it the whole game because you're leaving your defense out there kind of butt naked and tired. But I agree with you. Go score 2 quick touchdowns. Yep. They're playing from behind. They've got to throw it. You want John Mateer throwing the ball. You don't want them running the ball. Let Mateer throw it because he's going to turn it over. Yeah. And boom, man, that's your ball game right there. So
let's attack. Use Hollywood. The guy is a burner. Like I was watching there's something missing with Hollywood this year. There's no that explosiveness that he dropped that deep ball against Georgia, and it's like we haven't tried to stretch the field, and they're going to challenge us to do that. They're not going to play zone anymore because Ty will slaughter you in zone. They're not going to play zone anymore. They're going to play man. They're going to rush the passer. They're going to dare us to go over the top. Dare us. They're going to say, here, there it is. They're going to dare us to do that. And man, get Hollywood stretching the field, get him out running. Like, man, that little short, quick screen pass deal, that's really not his game. You saw that, he was trying to avoid that hit on the screen pass, didn't get a first down because he was going to take a shot, and then he took a shot anyway. So it's like, get creative and turn him loose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ryan
try to stretch
has
enough
drop passes throughout the year, but he's also caught a lot of passes and taken some serious hits throughout the season. So
yes,
I'll give him that. Yeah, he's dropped a few balls, but he's also had some really, really huge catches.
I don't know. He just doesn't. He doesn't seem like he's. I don't know. Jeremiah Smith looks much different than he does when you look at the two of them.
Yeah,
and they're the same age, the same class, but one of them looks.
You're talking about a physical.
One of them looks like a wide receiver. And one of them looks like he's still a kid trying to figure out, trying to figure things out.
Well, I don't know if that's entirely fair. Jeremiah Smith is built like a really, really fast linebacker with one hand.
Yes.
We're talking about two different bodies, and then all of a sudden you're slapping Ryan Williams in the slot this year. I think that FSU game.
Why are we doing that?
That run is, and I think that maybe stuck with him, getting knocked around the way he did. I think that might have stuck with him a little bit, but he has come up clutch a couple of times these last couple of games.
I agree, but they're not using his strength, which is speed.
I also agree with that. Yeah.
We're quick passing and waiting for things to set up to try to zigzag. Like we're not trying to attack down the field with him as much. Most of the deep balls are going to Lottie or Jeremy.
Yeah, but that's because Ryan Williams is still commanding a ton of attention. But now you've got Latsier Brooks. This is just my opinion. You've got Latsier Brooks who's freed up because everybody's worried about Ryan Williams, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like they tried to stretch the ball a little bit. Now, what's alarming is that even when they did it and had some success, Alabama only scored 3 points in the second half of that LSU game.
Yeah.
This team is a good enough team to beat you, but they do not have that killer mentality to where they're going when there's blood in the water. Now the defense is developing it. You can see it. But offensively, when there's blood in the water, there's no finish him, I almost did the Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Bingo. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's just not there. Like
no greater example than the first possession of the Tennessee game in the second half. Right after that pick six, went to the locker room. What did we do? We came out and ran jam up the middle twice. And it was 3rd and 12. Yeah. Exactly what you said, Cotton. Right there. You got killer instinct. Like, go for the jugular right then. Hit him deep. Try something, big play, explosive play, something. But
I appreciated that after the LSU game, Kalen DeBoer's immediate presser, he brought that up. Like, he said that.
Yes.
It wasn't a question that he was kind of baited into. He came out and was like, there's some frustration because we can't put people away. So at least he recognized it. But I think if we're going to talk about the offensive line, right, to where there's that weird kind of modge podge of Nick Saban's philosophy and this West Coast philosophy, maybe that extends out past the offensive line too. Maybe that's still kind of finding its way in the wide receiving room. I don't know, but thank God for Josh Cuevas. That's
Cuevo. Yes.
And keep in mind, DeBoer's still building these positions to fit his scheme. Parker Brailsford weighed 280 pounds at Washington. So the scheme up there wasn't just bull over everybody. We didn't have Landon Dickerson up there. It was athletic in space guys.
Yeah. Raj, how difficult do you think it is for them to come down here to Jeff's point? And they want an offensive lineman who's a little more athletic, maybe a little lighter. But you also have to maintain that you're in the SEC now.
You got to be bigger.
That trench is more important than anything else. That's your foundation. Like, how do you manage that mentality? How do you manage that?
Well, and throw on top of that, everybody wants you to win for the next 5 years, but we also want you to win now. So we don't want you to, how this game goes. All right, we're trying to shape our team and get all our guys in to run the scheme we want the exact way. But we saw some holdovers that don't exactly fit, but you guys want us to win right now. So if we punted on this year and said, look, this team, we're still remaking it, he'd get fired before he'd get all his players.
He would never get the chance.
Yeah. Absolutely. So he's in an impossible position. I think he's managing it just about as well as you can.
He always was.
Yeah. So
he is, and I feel like coming into the season, some people had DeBoer on the hot seat. So after the Tallahassee game, he's got to go. He's got to go. We can't have this. And then we go on an 8-game win streak. So some of these people are like, okay, maybe he knows what he's doing. I feel like, to Heard's point, it's just going to take some time. But unfortunately, in the SEC, that's one thing you don't really have a lot of. I mean, even if you look at Beamer in South Carolina, he even mentioned it on that Netflix documentary. Like when you're in the SEC, things are different. You have to win. People are expecting you to make it to the playoff or a nice bowl game every single year. When that doesn't happen, we know what happens. So here comes a buyout or whatever the case may be. So in Kalen DeBoer's point, I mean, we're expected to make the playoff this year, and obviously we're on a good run, and that's a really, really good possibility. And I think it's going to happen. But if we weren't, had we already lost 3 games this year, hey, that'd be a different story.
It would have been tough.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Rod, you bring up playoffs, and for the sake of time, we're gonna jump forward in our programming here. Playoffs, second rankings for the college football playoff came out. Obviously, this is not how it's going to end. Jeff hates this kind of talks. Jeff, you can take a nap while we talk about this. You guys, what was the biggest prize in the second week of the college football playoff rankings?
Miami being slotted in where they were and not even been expected to win the ACC. I've given up on the Notre Dame surprise. It's Notre Dame, and it's what it is. But the Miami one for sure. They're just like, I guess they looked around the ACC, the top leaders, like Louisville stuff lost, and they were just like, you know what, we need a name back in there. So let's just get Miami back in the playoff and say forget whatever else goes on. So that was my only mild surprise.
Okay.
Yeah. I was going to mention the Notre Dame one, which Herb brought up, because that's the one I always bring up. Because if you look at their schedule every year, it's kind of like, look, we can afford to go ahead and lose these 2 games early on as long as we win out. And, we don't have to worry about a conference championship game. So our little slot will be much easier. And as long as we make the playoff every year, then Marcus Freeman, will keep his job and we can say we had a good season. So they have a nice little formula working for them. And, I think they're going to win out. I forget who else is playing the rest of this year, but I don't think Notre Dame's going to lose another game. Pitt, Pitt. Yeah, you're right. I think game day is going to be there, isn't it?
For Pitt, Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
That's wild for a game with a double-digit spread. That's where you're going.
Because I think Aaron Donald is the guest picker.
Crazy.
Of course, it's a Pitt tie. Alabama's the only one that didn't have Alabama ties do the guest picking.
We got Theo Vaughn.
Theo Voss.
Yeah, I know.
Dalton Voss, whatever his name
is. Who's riding in with the opposite team.
That's
why I'm picking them.
Posting videos.
And Miami winning out doesn't get them to the ACC championship, Lance. There's several teams ahead of them still, so that's why
Georgia Tech. Who else is
Tech and
Georgia Tech, Virginia, Pitt, SMU, Clemson, and Duke are all ahead of them.
Okay.
Louisville.
That's 5
I'd
teams
love to
with
look
only
at
one loss
our
in the
playoff
ACC.
prediction, Cotton, at the end of this year. See how many.
Is it weird, Herb, saying hearing all those teams and not hearing Clemson anywhere?
Anywhere.
Yeah. Well, look, Georgia Tech, Virginia, Pittsburgh, SMU, Duke all have one conference loss. I'm like, what is this conference? I don't even know how half those teams fit in.
Duke.
So.
If Duke only has one loss in your conference, if Duke football only has one loss in your conference, that's really all you need to know right there. Let's be honest.
7-4 with one conference loss.
Yeah.
Right.
Wild.
That's crazy.
Duke could lose the ACC or win the ACC.
They could.
The ACC.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt would win the ACC on the reg, dude. This Vanderbilt team would run the ACC. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Maybe they
Vanderbilt squad.
Look at a move. So yeah, I don't think there was that much of a bellyache about the playoff picture. A lot of it's gonna clean itself up over the next couple of weeks. And it starts this weekend because there are a ton of games and we're gonna look through them and we're gonna pick some. We will start off early in the morning. Well, not early in the morning, but typical kickoff, 11 a.m. Central Time. You've got South Carolina heading over to Texas A&M. I think this is a tricky game for Texas A&M. I do. I think South Carolina's defense is a little bit better than a lot of people realize early on. I also think with all the pieces they got back for the Alabama game, assuming they have those in this game, they could make this a close one. You all know, Jeff, you know how I feel about 11 a.m. kickoffs. It's a terrible time slot. How many upsets happen in that time slot? A lot.
Well, that's noon for you, though, right? Isn't that technically noon for you?
Yeah, it's
big noon. He's big noon.
So, I'm trying to look up the line really quick.
It's 19 A&M by 19.5.
19.5.
Yeah.
Wow.
Give me A&M, but South Carolina covers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the game?
I don't know what kind of effort I'm getting for
It's
South
at
Carolina.
A&M, I
guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it's at A&M, I believe.
Yeah, take the points, Jeff. You coward.
Man, I'll take the. I mean, I think AUM's going to dog walk them, but I haven't been high on South Carolina at all.
Well, they about whipped our tails.
No, they didn't.
I'll take.
That game was never in doubt. We were just playing possum the whole game. When we were down 8 with 3 minutes left, we were heading right where we wanted them.
Exactly.
I definitely wasn't panicking on the text line. You know, I definitely wasn't sweaty pits.
I'm not watching this. All right. You've got NC State, 2:30 time slot, going to take on number 15 Miami Hurricanes. You never know, man.
You're in bad Carson Beck part of the season now.
He's good. He sucks. Yeah, Miami's about a 14.5 point favorite.
Yeah.
I still think Miami drops another game somewhere, man. I think I'm just biased and want them to. But yeah, they beat.
I like the U, but I don't trust Beck to win any big game.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Or any game that somebody gets a little bit of pressure.
To end the year.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say here. They still have 2 more road games at Virginia Tech and at Pitt, so they could drop one of those.
That's tough.
That's right.
Yeah. I think they win this one, though, for sure. I don't know about the cover. NC State, defensive-wise, keeps them in games at times. But being at Miami, I'm taking Miami for sure.
Yeah, same here.
Same.
Okay. All right. I believe it's the same time slot. It is.
Hey, AUM, man. I'm an alum of AUM now. Get off AUM.
The number 21 Iowa Hawkeyes head over to sunny California to take on USC, number 17 USC. It is supposed to rain during this game.
Oh, that's an Iowa game right there, baby.
I know.
I love it. 10-3 final.
But I kind of want to take Iowa in this one, man. I feel like with the rain, it just, it's not like the Coliseum's somewhere intimidating to play.
Right.
Yeah, I'm taking Iowa. Give me Iowa. I got to pick an upset somewhere on this slate, so give me Iowa.
Raj and I think actually have to pick this game for our picks. I like.
Is that one of the 5?
If it's clear weather, I like USC, but in a mutter, I like Iowa.
Exactly. Which, by the way, Mechie just caught a touchdown pass. I didn't realize he'd found his way all the
way. Mechie did?
Yeah.
Oh, he's on the Jets now.
I got traded to the Jets at the deadline.
Imagine going from the Eagles to the Jets.
That kind of sucks.
God, and I'm with you, man. I want to. Yeah, right. It's like you probably want to retire. I'm kind of with you, man. I really want a reason to pick Iowa, and I want the upset. I got to go first. So, Raj, I think I am going to end up with Iowa in this one. Plus, it makes Notre Dame look worse because then USC drops out of the top 25, and then Notre Dame has no top 25.
Yeah, I'll stick with USC. I think Lemon has another big game though. He's been going off this year, man. Makai Lemon.
Okay.
Good gracious.
Yeah,
that's fair. All right.
I'm with Ty Simpson Burner on his comment. Are we getting to that game?
Oh,
boy.
Game
coming?
Oh, we're about to get there.
Okay.
We're about to. I was actually about to pick that one next. Yeah, the number 10 Texas Longhorns. Believe it or not, the number 10 Texas Longhorns will head over to Athens, Georgia, to take on the number 5 Georgia Bulldogs. Now, everybody's been talking about Georgia's offense finally coming to life, but I caution them that was Mississippi State. They did that too.
Right.
Arch Manning's looked a little bit better.
Yep.
As the season's gone on, Texas has a really good defense. Georgia's defense can be a little sketchy. They don't have a pass rush. Their secondary has given up some yards. I don't know that Athens is an intimidating road environment, at least not for Alabama.
Right.
What's the pick?
That's true.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying. I haven't picked it. I'm trying to think it through in my head, so I'm doing it out loud verbally.
I'm with you.
Georgia.
Same here.
I think that's where I'm going to end up. I'll say this: if Raj picked first and he was picking Georgia for sure. I might pick Texas as an anti-Raj pick, but there wouldn't be a lot of confidence. I'm also behind in the picks, so that's the only way it would come up. But if you were like her pick first and it doesn't matter, like I'm always going to take Georgia.
Georgia is like a they just come alive in that second half. They fight to the end, and I think this game is going to be really, really close. If you had asked me earlier in the season with the way Arch was playing, like in the first couple of games, I thought Georgia could win by 10, but I think this is going to be a really, really, really close game. To Cotton's point, Arch is starting to play a lot better the past few weeks, but I still think Georgia's going to pull out at home.
See, Raj, he has, and I said it, but I really think Georgia's probably going to blow him out. Georgia, first of all, is incredibly hard to kill. If your name is in Alabama, you're probably not getting the job done.
Yeah.
They're well coached. Not to say that Sark isn't a great coach. Georgia's extremely well coached. It is in Athens. And then Gunnar Stockton is the perfect quarterback for that system. Zachariah Branch is coming on really strong. I just feel like – I also feel like Arch Manning is still Arch Manning. Like I haven't been able to shake what I saw from Arch Manning early on in the season. I'm still not buying the hype. I picked Texas to lose 3 games and miss the college football playoff. I think Georgia gets it. Makes me look like a genius.
Yeah.
We talked
in the back of my mind the whole time. That's been in my mind.
Texas still has to play at A&M. I think they play at A&M the last game of the season too. So
let me ask you this: Alabama's about to play Ohio State in the national championship, right? Ty Simpson's out. You've got the option to start Arch Manning or Gunnar Stockton for Alabama. Who are you starting?
Yeah, probably Gunnar.
Yeah.
I would feel more confident starting Gunnar because I know he's a good mobile quarterback and I think he's a better decision maker. So I would just go with Gunnar.
Yeah.
Jeff, I feel like you're judging.
Can I bring
this
the Georgia running game?
This is if Alabama had all 3 quarterbacks on the roster? Is that the hypothetical?
Herb, yes. Jeff, no. I'm trying to prove a point.
Oh, okay.
Gunnar Stockton is the better quarterback between him and Arch Manning.
It's almost, I don't know. That's tough to say. I mean, Arch had his struggles, but I don't really know. I think Texas. I'm going to be alone on this. Sorry, Randy, but I think Texas is winning out.
I don't.
I think Texas is winning Saturday, and they're going to beat A&M at the end of the year. That's my hot take.
That is crispy. Is that what you're saying?
So hot.
Should I run it? Hold on.
Run it.
Oh my God.
Run it.
Hold on.
Run it.
Here we go.
Oh my God.
Texas and Alabama went out. We play them in the championship, right?
That's my hot take is Texas wins out, shocks the world, and they wind up in the SEC championship game versus Alabama.
Her, we have to increase our production budget. We need stuff like that. So yeah, we got to figure this out.
Like I said, that's a hot take. That's a crazy take.
Yeah.
Kirby don't lose home games much to anybody besides Alabama, but I don't know, man. I'm just trying to think of something crazy for the last 3 weeks of the season, and suddenly Texas winds up winning out in the SEC championship game. Yes.
Yeah.
See, they're not called hot takes. Like hot take. You know, Alabama beats Eastern Illinois by double digits. Hot take.
Let me ask you guys a question. Who would y'all rather play in the SEC championship, A&M or Georgia?
Georgia.
Better the enemy you know than the enemy you don't.
Georgia.
Okay. Herb?
A&M.
Yeah.
Tired of playing Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, also because I get that we have this thing over them, but if Georgia manages to win, we'll never hear the end of it. Be like, oh, see, I knew that we had it in us. All we had to do was win 1 out of the last 10, and we could assert our dominance over Alabama. I'm like, what?
Insert our dominance? Is that how they talk?
Yeah, that's how they talk.
I'm not inserting anything.
Yeah.
Assert, fool, assert.
Oh, my bad.
They do talk like that.
Your head.
I'm not the Mary Milkman folks.
I mean, there's a situation where there could be 4-7-1 SEC teams at the end of the year. And that would be one hell of an algorithm.
No, there can't.
Yeah.
No.
There could be. If we lose to Auburn, beat Oklahoma, we're 7-1. Ole Miss wins out, they're 7-1. Texas wins out, they're 7-1. And A&M loses the last game of the season, they're 7-1. There's your 4.
Yeah, wow.
It's possible, but I don't think that's going to happen.
It's highly unlikely.
But it is possible.
Texas would have to beat A&M.
Yeah.
If they lose to Georgia, Georgia wins out, then Georgia would be that third 7-1 team. And then if Texas beats A&M, there would be your 4th.
He said don't ask him, so don't ask him. Don't fall for the trap. He already said Alabama. Yeah, he already said Alabama.
Who it is.
Dude, that was a big trap.
What if Debo goes 2017 Saban and throws the Iron Bowl just to avoid that useless game?
I don't know if he could afford to do that.
Yeah, I don't.
People would go crazy if we lost that game.
I mean, they forgot Saban didn't try to win the 2017 Iron Bowl when we were hoisting a chip at the end.
Yeah,
but dang about that.
He had already won a couple. You know, he had real estate.
You got to build up some credit.
He had some real estate there.
Imagine Caleb DeBoer coming off a 3-loss season, purposely throwing the Iron Bowl. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
Well, obviously it wouldn't be obvious like the Cleveland Indians pitchers.
I'm just saying.
Watch the 2017 Iron Bowl and tell me Nick Saban gave 2 rips about that game.
Oh, I know none of us did. We all kind of knew it was coming, man.
Yeah.
All right. We've talked about it ad nauseum. Tuscaloosa. I know we're all picking Alabama, but I want to hear your score predictions. I won't go first on this one, so I don't take anybody's thunder. Who wants to go first? Completely voluntary.
I'm going Bama is going to win 29-10.
I'll go 24-13. Bama.
Wait, what'd you say, Herb?
24-13.
Oh, God.
What are you gonna pick? 23-13, Raj? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say 24. I was gonna say 24-14.
Okay.
Go ahead.
That's my prediction
all week. I got 24-17. So
okay.
What I will say, there is something that I thought about last night that really bothers me. Alabama's defense has been getting better, but they give up chunk yardage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Oklahoma's got a kicker that he can put that thing in from the 50, man.
Yeah.
Short shorts or no short shorts. That dude can.
Wait a minute. What about?
He can definitely put that thing in. He definitely showed us he could put that thing in the shorts.
What about who, Raj?
Connor Talty. He could put it in from like
never heard 10,
of him. 15 yards out.
Yeah. I'm glad Jesse Palmer bloviated for 45 minutes about how Jeremy shouldn't have scored a touchdown because the game was over.
Yeah, I'm like, no, we can't kick.
No,
and then Talty hits one into the parking lot from the 5-yard line. It's like, okay.
I think Talty can throw farther than he can kick.
Yes. Bingo, Lance. It's the right hash. We have to set him up at a different hash. He cannot kick from that right hash.
I've noticed that as well.
But the college kicks, those short college kicks from one of the hashes are not easy kicks because of that angle.
Yeah.
So I hate when they get that close.
That'll do it for tonight. Thank you for joining us. Herb, Raj, it's a pleasure as always.
Appreciate y'all.
Please tell everybody where to find you.
Go ahead, Raj. What you got for us?
Herb and Raj podcast everywhere. We're on X, obviously YouTube, the TikTok. Our MySpace account is no longer activated due to obvious reasons. So what else? I think Instagram, it's all Herb and Raj podcast. So please follow us if you're not. And as always, we appreciate you guys having us on.
Yeah. Thank you. What was your MySpace song that you put in there?
Oh, God. Now I'm trying to think about what song I actually did have back in 2005. I don't even remember, dude. I don't even remember.
Anyway. All right, guys.
Cool. We had Unwritten. What's your name? That was us, Unwritten.
Oh, my gosh.
I hope that everybody has a fantastic college football Saturday. Jeff and I will be live as soon as the game is over. Herb, Raj, you're always welcome to join us if you want to. A lot of content coming tomorrow. There's some serious recruiting moves being made right now that we should have some news on that in the next 72 hours. So if you're not subscribed, do it. It's the best decision you'll make this week.
Do it.
As always, you know the drill. Say your prayers, read your Bibles, wash your hands. Horns down, beat Auburn and LSU and Oklahoma too. Roll Tide, everybody.
Roll Tide.
with.